Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be doing the first update in the Deck of Panning Project Pan. This is a project that was created this year by Emily from Emily and Max. I will make sure to have her linked in the description box below. I will also have a link to Maddie's channel. Now Maddie is a booktuber and she actually created the original concept to work through her reading collection. So this is her TBR or to be read game, and Emily saw this and was like, you know what? This would make an awesome panning project. So the two of them chatted it out, made sure everything was good, and of course Maddie gave her blessing to go ahead and adapt that game into the project pan that you are going to be seeing here today. This is a project that has a ton of different people on both YouTube and on Instagram working on this, so I will make sure to link the playlist down below as well as the Google Doc which contains the game board. That's right, I said game board. So essentially what this project does is you draw 5 cards from a deck of cards, or if you don't have a deck of cards, I know that there are people that are using like deck of cards apps and things like that. You get the idea. You draw 5 cards and that corresponds to the game board, but it's not just any game board. Emily is actually shuffling it every single month so that the same card doesn't correspond to the same category 2 months in a row. So there is added complexity there, which is just so much fun. And it also means that everyone's project is going to be very, very different, which personally I really enjoy. I love that we're all working on the same project, and yet at the same time, none of us are working on the same project. I think that's a really neat element, and I have had so much fun watching everybody's intro videos, and I'm very, very excited for everyone's update videos. So let's go ahead and talk about the products that I'm working on, where everything is as far as my usage goes. Now I will say my eye makeup went a little bit crazy today. I was like 98% done with it. I was really liking the way that it looked. I was applying my mascara and I flippin' sneezed. So I ended up getting like mascara all over the bottom. And so my brilliant self was like, what if I just really quickly smudge it out and make it into a smoky eye? I don't feel like it worked very well, so I'm definitely very eye heavy today, so I'm sorry if I look crazy, but you know, it was a knee-jerk reaction and I don't know if it was all that successful. Maybe I should have just left it alone. I don't know, but let's go ahead and talk products. So these are the cards that I drew last month, so let's go ahead and start with the 4 of Hearts. So last month, the 4 of Hearts corresponded with a blush. And so I chose my Wet n Wild. This is the Rosé Champagne from the Color Icon collection. And it is my goal to hit pan. The packaging is breaking, which is not awesome, but you know, what do you expect? So this is where we are as of right now. And as you can see, we do not have any pan in this bad boy. You can see the ridges of the pan underneath, so I know that there are areas that are somewhat thin, but we do not have pan yet. Now, I did use this because, you know, I keep track. I did use this a total of 16 times since pulling it into the intro, and I have loved using it. I am so glad that I pulled this back out because this is a stunning blush. It goes with so much. It's very easy to put on. It's very easy to wear. I've got it on today, blended out with another product, and I just love it. It is so just healthy and nice. I don't love the glitter in it. I'll be honest, I don't love the glitter in it, but the actual tone of it is beautiful for me. So that is staying in for at least another month, but probably a little bit more than that if we're being very honest. The next card is going to be the 8 of Spades, which is right here. So last month, the 8 of Spades corresponded to the prompt, a product that represents your favorite panner. And I have a lot of favorite panners. So it was difficult for me to choose just one, but I did end up going with Rebecca Morgan. And for her, I chose the ColourPop BFF liner in the shade Get Paid. This I actually purchased because she, I think she panned the whole thing, but she always talked about how beautiful it was. And so I picked it up. I thought I was going to pan it last year. Clearly that did not happen. I grossly overestimated my ability to use an entire eyeliner in just my waterline in the course of a year. That was not smart. But my goal is to use this 30 times, and I am well on my way. I used this a total of 14 times since rolling it in, so I see absolutely no reason why I won't have hit that goal by my update next month. The next item is going to be the 5 of Clubs. And for that, the prompt was an item from the brand you own the most of. And when I sat down and looked at my collection, while there could be a few contenders that are neck and neck, I really felt like ColourPop was likely the brand that I owned the most from. So for them, I chose an iconic single from them, and that is Glass Bowl. That is right here. I would like to hit pan on it. I don't have any pan yet, and to be honest, even though there's a nice dip going on there, I am not anywhere near hitting pan. ColourPop shadows are surprisingly deep, so I will definitely have this hanging around for a while, which is fine. It's a stunning shade, and I've had so much fun playing with it, especially underneath different bases. That's actually what I have. Let me see, let me get my bangs out of the way, my ugly old bangs. But that's actually what I have. I have, from my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, I have Too Much all buffed across my eye, and then Glass Bowl on top of it, and it is beautiful. It is so, so pretty. So I have used that a total of 7 times since introducing it. So I am definitely on my way, but we are going to be BFF for quite a while before we hit pan on it. The next item that we have is for the 8 of Clubs. Yes, and that corresponds with a powder. And so for that, I pulled in this deluxe sample size of the Stellar face powder in the shade Haze. And I didn't think I was going to be able to finish it up, but we have an empty container. Look at that. So I do have it empty already for this project, which is so exciting. So I did use this a total of 28 times to get to where we are now. So I will be pulling another card here in a few minutes. But before I do that, we also have the 8 of Diamonds, which was a skincare item. So for that, I pulled in this right here. This is by Pharmacy. This is the Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer. And this one is actually empty as well. I tell you, the glass lip here made it really, really difficult to get the product out of here. I'm not kidding. So you're gonna laugh at me. This took 34 uses, and you're probably looking at me going, 34? I knew I was getting close, and I wanted it to be done by the time I filmed this update because I didn't want to show you just this piddly tiny little amount left in there and have to roll it over to another month. So I had been using it just at night. No, let me take that back. When I initially put it into this project, I was going to use it as my daytime moisturizer because it's a gel moisturizer, and I tend to prefer those for the daytime because they, for me, they're not quite as nourishing, and so they're good for just kind of a light day cream, I guess is the way to put it. However, I feel like, and I don't know this, but I feel like all of these crazy breakouts that I had going on could also be attributed to over moisturizing because I was using this and I was using my Murad SPF, which I think I've determined is a moisturizer with SPF in it. So I think I was over moisturizing. Now, other things like stress and hormones and all that kind of stuff Definitely could have played a part, but I think I was over moisturizing. So once I came to that determination, then I started using it at night instead, which was fine because I have a couple of hydrating serums that I was trying to pair it with, which also could have been part of the problem with these breakouts because I'm using just a bunch of different skincare all at the same time, which yes, I know is stupid. But anyway, so started in the morning, moved to nighttime, and then once we got to the last week before I was gonna film, I just started doubling up day and night until I got to the point where it was used up. So 34 uses is what it was on this baby right here. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling in 2 new cards in the Deck of Panning Project Pan. So these cards that we just used, we're actually going to put back into the deck because like I said, the game board, it changes every single month. So even if I pull one of those same cards, doesn't mean that it's going to correspond with the same prompt. Or I could pull a card that I have not yet pulled and end up with the same prompt. So it's a really just fun concept and I love it. I love it. But I got some easier cards, and so I'm really scared that the panning gods are really gonna let me have it this time around. I'm scared I'm gonna get the Joker. I did mention it before, but the Joker is in here and it corresponds to "Are you joking?" And if you get the Joker, you have to pick something that you are legitimately dreading panning. Some of the examples that Emily gave were like a black eyeshadow, a red lipstick, like those really just intense products. I know that there were quite a few people that did pull the Joker for their intro, and I'm scared, you guys, I'm scared. Okay, so shuffled, shuffled, shuffled. So the first card that we are going to pull is the 2 of Hearts. Go ahead and pull that out. Give it another shuffly shuffle. Get a new set of these. All right, and then we're gonna pull again. And we get the 10 of Diamonds. So still no face cards, which to me is wild. Like, I swear they're in here. like I swear they're in here. Yeah, no face cards yet and no Joker. So let's go ahead and figure out what these correspond to. Let me get the game board pulled up right here. So these are both diamonds. The 2 of Diamonds is something from your largest category. It's gonna either be lips or eyeshadow. I'm kind of overwhelmed with both of those. And then the 10 of Diamonds is your favorite panner again. Okay, so okay, let me go ahead and hop off camera, give this some thought, and come back and talk to you about the products that I have chosen. All right, guys, that was hard. That was really, really hard. So let's go ahead and start with the 2 of Diamonds. This is a product from your largest category. I think lips is probably my largest category. So I have a lipstick here. This is by Stila. This is the Color Balm lipstick in the shade Olivia. This is what it looks like. As you can see, we are quite full. In fact, yeah, like we are all the way full. So let me go ahead and give a swatch. It's just a really easy sort of peachy shade, so I'm hoping that it'll play nicely with what I'm already panning and won't like contradict or step on top of something that's already in one of my other projects. So I'm going to give that a number goal, and I'm going to give that a number goal of 25. At the end of the day, it is my goal to get good usage out of my products in my projects, not just set extremely easy goals that I can blow through to give you guys updates every month. While it is really exciting to see updates, at the same time, you also want to see progress, I feel like, or at least I do. So we're going to go with 25 uses on that baby right there. And then where I struggled the most was with your favorite panner. I've said before, I have so many panners that I absolutely love. It's really hard to choose just one. But at the end of the day, I did end up going this time with Paula. Her channel is A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It, and I am so addicted to her channel. I watch literally every single video she puts out. I think she is just such a, first of all, inspirational panner, but also she's a very relatable panner. She and I pan makeup in similar ways. It's just slow and steady wins the race, and I really admire the fact that she takes on 201 different projects and pans a million different items, and she'll stick with the same thing for 2 years if need be. So for her, I am choosing an eyeshadow. So if you catch her Pan in Every Palette project, she has had the Pat McGrath La Vida and Rose, I think is the name of that palette. It's a 6-pan palette, but she's had that in the project for a while now. So I don't have that particular palette, but I do have this Pat McGrath 6-pan palette. This one is the Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze palette. The packaging is like 200 out of 10. It is so stinking amazing. I'm going to try to do this without blinding you because there's a mirror in here. But this is what the palette looks like. It is so beautiful. So beautiful. So I'm actually going to go with this shade right here. Doesn't really look like it on camera as much, but it is a purpley shade. So the eyeshadow that she's working on in that project is a really beautiful purple. So I chose the most purple out of the ones that I have. As you can see on the finger, it is definitely kind of a darker, taupier sort of purple. So it is going to take some time. That's what it looks like blended out right there. Really, really pretty, very complex sort of shade. So let me build it up just a little bit. So that is what it looks like there. I'm hoping that it won't compete too badly with the other eyeshadows that I'm working on in my various other projects. The name of this shade is Ritualistic. I'm not going to try to hit pan on here because these Pat McGrath shadows are quite deep, and as I said, I am working on quite a few other eyeshadows in various projects, so I am going to give this a number goal as well. I'm going to stick with 25, just like on the lip product. So I'm going to use each of these products 25 times. So that is my update for the Deck of Panning Project Pan. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. And certainly if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you will do so before you leave. I also hope that you will check out all of the other amazing creators that are working on this project. As I said before, I do have a link to the community playlist down below. So if you are looking for a ton of binge-worthy content, look no further than my description box. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you are having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.